Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hope you guys are well. This video, we're going to cover three main things. Number one, types of prompts. Number two, how to write the perfect prompts. At the very end, I'm going to have 5 bonus tips when just using AI in general. This document that you see here that I'm going to go through, inshallah, I'm going to link it in the description, inshallah. Also, look at this. I want to show you guys this. As I just mentioned, the types of prompt and how to write the perfect prompt. My ChatGPT that I personally use, even if I tell it, look at this. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to tell you anything. Hello. Okay, I said hello. Let's see what it says.
E-com business owners, service-based business owners, consultancies, agencies. If you're looking to scale your business from 6 to 7 figures or 7 to 8 figures, then my agency's just had 2 spaces open up where we can help your business grow and scale using AI and automations. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, book a call down below. We've got a free discovery call available, and we're going to see if we can help you. Basically, what we can do, build out, automate workflows using AI and things like that. Build out custom AI agents that integrate with your system and work independently and just save you a whole lot of time and a whole lot of money. So if this is interesting, link down below, inshallah. Yalla, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Akhi, how can I help you today? Ikhwa, I said hello. Open ChatGPT right now and tell it hello. And see what it tells back to you. It'll be like, hello, how may I help you today? Okay? Wa alaikum assalam, akhi. How can I help you today? Let's tell it, let's have fun. How can you help me? Give me ideas. No Islamic terminology or anything like that. Of course, akhi. Wow. I can help you in many areas depending on your goals. Look at that. That's crazy. If you want to make money online, brackets, halal ideas. Okay? Sun, Instagram, Thiba, Hijra, motivation, deen, fitness, digital products, ebooks, etc. I'm not going to go through all of that. It's taking its time, but I think you get the point. We're going to go through all of that stuff through this video, inshallah, and I hope it's valuable. So let's get straight into it. What is prompt engineering? Essentially, it's perfecting the prompt or the instructions that you give the AI model. How can you articulate the prompt or the instructions you're giving to the AI to make the results as accurate as possible? That's what prompt engineering is. It's probably the most valuable skill for you to learn within the next 5 years. It's required for all interactions with AI, ChatGPT, Gemini. If you guys got WhatsApp, I'm sure you've seen Meta AI. All these AI models, also generating pictures, generating videos, audio, all of this stuff, you need AI. Yesterday, I went to an event in Abu Dhabi. One of the keynote speakers was a chairman or CEO of a company under the Emirates Group. If you don't know the Emirates Group, it's the biggest company in the UAE. I think they got like the most revenue. They're an international company, globally recognized. This guy was either CEO or chairman of one of the companies under Emirates Global or Emirates Group or whatever it's called. And he said something very interesting. He said he was listening to a CEO of a big company. He was asked, what's the most valuable skill to learn for getting a job and everything? And you know what? Probably about 10 years ago, it would have been coding. And subhanAllah, what he said was the most valuable skill to learn right now is articulation. How could you articulate what you want to AI models, especially because people say AI is about to take jobs. AI is not going to take away the jobs. It's just the vacant jobs available are going to change. And so as humanity in general, we've got to adapt, and especially Muslims, we've got to adapt and be at the forefront of this. So the types of prompts, there's 2 main types of prompts. Number 1 is think of painting, so conversational prompts. Think of painting. When you're painting a wall, let's say you make a mistake, you could just paint over it and paint over it and paint over it, different colors, different shades to get the right, color and the right feel. It's very common, less risk if a mistake is made. Like painting, you make a mistake, boom, you just paint over it. Lots of follow-ups. Imagine typical like ChatGPT interactions where you ask it something and it gives you something back and it's not what you want, so you ask it again. It's time consuming. It's good for small tasks. If you got a small task, you just want AI to help you write an email to someone for a job, for example, and you're just doing it like 2-3 times, it'd be good, it'd be perfect. It's very beginner friendly, very easy to learn. An example is like this. Look at that. Tell me about photosynthesis. And then, so this was an interaction with ChatGPT. It comes back to me with all of this stuff about photosynthesis. And then I just tell it, keep it less than 30 words. So that is an example of what? Of painting, of conversational AI prompting. What's the second type? And this is the type we're going to focus on this video. It's like cutting wood. What does that mean? Single shot. Once you've cut a piece of wood, good luck putting it back together again. Metal, you could cut it and you could probably smelt them together and join them. Wood, you're not going to put it back together. It's no follow-ups. You can't make a mistake. If you make a mistake chopping wood, khalas, there's not much you could do. Find another piece of wood and chop it again. So where is it generally used? It's automations, AI agents. Let's say you've got a task that you repeat again and again and again. You don't want to have these follow-ups all the time. You want to set up the first time. It's going to take time, but it's much more reliable once you set up. It requires skill, and inshallah that's what we're going to break down in this video, exactly how to write a prompt that results in such accurate results. It tends to be a system prompt. That's for the more technical viewers. If you don't know what system prompt is, maybe in another video we'll go over it. But yeah, so that's essentially is. Now what I'm going to go through is what should you include in a prompt to make the results as accurate as possible. So this prompt engineering formula. Now remember, at the very beginning of the video, what did we say? We're going to go over 3 things. Number 1, the types of prompts. We've gone over 2 types of prompts: conversational and then single shot. Okay, so think of painting versus cutting wood. Okay, number 2, how to write the perfect prompt. So that's where we're at now. So number 1, at the very beginning of a prompt, guess what you want? You want the role. Tell the LLM its role relevant to the task. So for example, you wanna write, you want the AI agent or ChatGPT or whatever AI model you're talking to, you want it to come up with a strategy for a marketing campaign that you want to run for a e-commerce brand generating 50k monthly in revenue. You can't just ask it one time, what do you suggest me to do for marketing? It could give you very vague results. Use keywords relevant to the task, e.g. primary school physics teacher versus professor in astrophysics. Okay, so what results do you want? How advanced do you want the results to be? How technical do you want the results to be? And with that, prompt the AI in the same way. So if you want things that are very simple, so earlier on when I asked about photosynthesis, I could have told it with a role, I could have told it, you are a primary school teacher, tell me what photosynthesis is. That way immediately it wouldn't come back to me with all of these chemical formulas and things like that. At the same time, if you wanted very advanced, very technical responses, you could have said you are a lecturer or a professor, or you have a PhD in chemistry, break down photosynthesis for me, XYZ. Okay, so number 1, keywords. Number 2, complementary description. What does that mean? Technical level, specific expertise, experience. You have 10 years of being a chemist. You've been a chemistry professor for 10 years. You've had great students. You've gone on to do crazy work. You've won a Nobel Prize in chemistry. You're an expert in XYZ. Just these could increase results, or the accuracy of the results, by 15 to 25%. So the more relevant the role is to the prompt, to the task you're given it, the more relevant the role is, the more accurate the result is going to be. I hope that makes sense. I've got an example here just so you guys could understand. Let's say you want to do some copywriting. You want it to do some stuff for you. You tell it you are a highly skilled email copywriter with a deep understanding of email marketing and customer retention optimization, CRO. You also have plenty of experience. Probably we could have improved this by saying you have 10 years of experience or 20 years of experience in creating high converting email flows for e-commerce brands. You see how it's specific? So let's say we have a problem specific for a specific business or a specific context. Make its role relevant to the context that the problem is in. So here, email flows for e-commerce brands resulting in huge revenue gains for your past clients. So immediately off the bat, the AI assumes a role where it's just more advantageous for the task that is being given. So that's number 1, role. Number 2, task. State exactly what you want the AI model to achieve. What do you want it? Do you want it to, write you out an essay for your degree or something like that? Do you want it to break down your competitors, what strategies they use in like marketing or in how they stand out and things like that? Tell it exactly what you want it to do. Be elaborative, be specific, use keywords that are specific. Don't go on and on and on. Don't write huge paragraphs. Write like 2, 3, 4 lines. Make it very specific and very clear. So some bonus points: start with a verb. Don't start with if you're not sure how to start, you don't know how to tell it, just start with a verb. Generate, write, create, describe, explain. A verb. If you don't know what a verb is, it's a doing word. An action. Start off with an action that you want it to take. Number 2, tell the LLM what process you want to follow. So this won't be relevant for all tasks, but for some tasks, you want it to follow a specific flow of steps or a specific process. Tell it what the process is. What do you want it to do? Do you want it to create a list of, let's say, 10 competitors in your field? And then that would be number 1. Number 2, go through each competitor, see what they're doing for marketing, see what their marketing strategies are, customer support process, and things like that. Tell it the steps you want it to carry out. This could vary like hugely depending on what industry it's in, what task you want it to achieve, how technical you want the result to be, etc. Just this. So guys, we mentioned Role increases accuracy of result by 15 to 25%. Task, just describing the task, boom, 50 to 90% increase in the accuracy of the result. Imagine that. Honestly, that's crazy. Most of us use AI every single day. If you're not using AI every single day, if it hasn't yet been a personal part of your life that is just required, you have to start using AI, because subhanAllah, Muslims must be at the forefront of technology. We have to be, and that's one of my missions, making Muslims at the forefront of technology. There's no reason why we shouldn't be. Our history, if you look at the history of Islam and Muslims, it's at the forefront of technology. SubhanAllah, like too many things have been invented by Muslims. You should be using AI. And if you are using AI, great, describe the task. Use the task when giving prompts to the AI so that the accuracy is increased by 50 to 90%. An example, break down different email marketing flows to help me run on my Shopify store. Break down, that's a verb. Different email marketing flows to help me run on my Shopify store. Each flow should include the following. So it's not exactly step by step or specific process, but you're describing exactly what you expect from it. I want it to be how relevant the email marketing flow is to my brand, who the email should be targeted at, the delay between different emails. So I don't know how familiar you guys are with copywriting and sending emails and email marketing flows, but generally with each flow, you want to know how often you should send the email to leads or prospects or potential clients, what to include, who to target, what segments of your lead base or your audience. Let's say, for example, we've got a business, we've got an e-commerce brand, you're selling stuff online, you're selling, let's say you're selling clothing online. If you're selling clothing online, you've got different segments of your leads. You've got people who've bought from you, you've got people who haven't bought from you, people who are interested, people who almost bought but didn't. What do you send to different people? That's what we're asking the AI model. Now we've given it this huge task, this huge mission that it has to go on and achieve for you and achieve for your brand and your business. So this is the third thing, context. What is the context? Help me run on my Shopify store. Each flow should include the following. Okay, explain that to me. Like, you have a Shopify store. What is your Shopify store? Why do you wanna do this? What's the goal you're trying to achieve? So give context on your company, the products and services you sell, and who your customers are. Let's say you're a business consultancy and you advise people who want to get into entrepreneurship what to do. That's what you do. Okay, so who are your audience? Who do you target? How do you usually target them? What's your current strategies? Where is your company based? How big is your company? What sort of clients do you usually get? Things like that. Yeah, just give it context. Different businesses will have different context. Giving it the context will mean that the result that the AI gives to you is relevant to your business. So we've given it the role, we've given it the task. Okay, giving it the context will make sure the task that you've given it is relevant. So the result is relevant to your context. And that's perfect. If you have a problem, your problem may be unique. Your problem may require more specific details. If I tell AI, create me a marketing campaign for dentistry, my dentist practice. Okay, there's like millions of dentists out there. Where are you based? What things do you specialize in? What does your brand represent? All these things. Context is very important. Some bonus points. Use emotional prompts to enhance accuracy. Okay, so when you describe the problem, oh, I've got this problem. It's really impacting my revenue. This task is vital to the business. Boom. This task is vital to the business. Without it, we will go bankrupt. We will suffer. Our competitors will destroy us. Emotional wording to get the most out of AI. Because again, AI, like these large language models, like ChatGPT, Gemini, Llama, Meta, whatever, they've all been trained on human data, on the trillions of pieces of data out there on the internet, things that are not available even on the internet. They've been trained on that. And guess what? Most of these things have been written by humans. And humans, when there's emotions involved, we're more likely to be moved. So guess what? AI is the same thing. AI is literally the same way. And we're going to get to that more at the end of the video. When I mention the tips, we're going to mention some things over there. Again, keep it brief. Like, don't repeat things. Once you've said it once, it's enough. Try and keep things brief but specific. So the example, this is needed for pet gummy. What? Remember, let's recap. So we gave it a role. AI, you are a highly skilled email copywriter. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, the task, break down different email marketing flows to help me run on my Shopify store. What Shopify store? Okay, that's the context now. This is needed for pet gummy. Oh, what's pet gummy? A lovely name I came up with before creating this video. This is needed for pet gummy, an e-commerce business specializing in gummy toys for pets like dogs and cats. Okay, maybe you guys don't have pets that are dogs, but I know Muslims who've had dog pets, so I'm just going to leave that in there. They regularly acquire new leads and want to use email marketing to nurture them. Okay, so what's the point of the email marketing? What do we want from it? What's the problem? We've got so many new leads. I'm the CEO, I'm the founder of Pet Gummy. I've got so many new leads. Guess what? I don't have a way to nurture them. Let's say I put out an ad on Facebook or on Meta or, all these places. I put out an ad. I've got like 1,000 people contacting me interested. We're running out of stock. Some people are just interested but not buying. How do I nurture them? How do I make them more engaged? How do I make them, love the brand more, have higher affinity and things like that? This is needed for Pet Gummy, an e-commerce business specializing in gummy toys for pets like dogs and cats. They regularly acquire new leads and want to use email marketing to nurture them. This task is critical as it will drive the website's traffic and increase sales. Remember, use emotional prompts. If you haven't noticed already, this task is critical for Pet Gummy. That's the context of the problem. It's critical. It's vital for the business's success. It will drive the website's traffic and increase sales. So now that you've done that, you've given it the role, you've given it the task, you've given it the context. Okay, so what's left? Examples. What are the things you'd expect from AI? How do you want it to respond to you? Okay, include about 4 examples. What's the outputs, okay, that you expect? Okay, I've also included inputs. I'm going to get to that in a second. But what's the output that you expect? Let's say you want it to write an essay for you, or you want it to do XYZ. How do you expect the outcome to be? Let's say you want it to write a LinkedIn post or write out some ideas for a logo name or a new business name. Okay, give an example. Like, okay, I've got 3 ideas. 1, 2, 3. I really like them, but I don't think they quite fit. Could you come up with 10 similar names? So this is not really the task. It doesn't really include the context or the role, but I'm just giving it to you relevant to the examples. I've got these 3 names. I want to launch a business. Come up with like 20 more names similar to it. So you've got examples. Okay, or you want JSON response. So now what I mentioned about inputs for AI agents. What are AI agents? I'll get to that in a separate video, inshallah. But for this video, very briefly, AI agents are basically independent entities, like independent AI agents. That's the best way to describe it. But they complete full workflows. Let's say you have an AI agent that writes out content for you, proves it so that it's suitable for SEO. Let's say it writes a blog and then improves it so that it's good for SEO, and then adds some images and then posts it on your website. That's an AI agent. Okay, you could use AI to do small tasks, like you could tell it write the blog, but guess what? It won't post it for you. So AI agents are more complex, more integrated. We actually build those at Brightleaf AI. If you're interested, I have my details in the description. So just reach out to me. But that's essentially what AI agents are. So AI agents, once you've set them up, they've got to know what to expect. What will they receive? So maybe an AI agent is communicating with another AI agent. Okay, you've got 2 nested AI agents. They're communicating with each other. How do you make it so that they are confident that they will receive input in a specific format? That's a bonus that I'm going to get into. But before that, examples drastically increase the accuracy of the response, can be very beneficial when the structure actually matters. If the structure doesn't matter and it's a small task, it's fine. Examples will still be very beneficial. When you're communicating between 2 AI agents, if this ain't relevant to you, you could skip it to the notes, probably take like 30 seconds. You want the AI agents to know what to expect. Or let's say you want to get that code, for example. Let's say you want it to write code for you and you tell it write out XYZ in Python, write a Python script to do XYZ. Give it an example. And guess what? Through that example, it will see what's your casing pattern. Like, are you using lowercase variable names? Are you using, camel case, Pascal case, all these things? How are you wording them? Just so that it matches your style. Does that make sense? Your structure. I hope that wasn't too technical. Let's go into notes. This is the last step. Up there, one of the most important steps. And it's so vague. Notes, what does that mean? Just re-mention the most important thing in your prompt. Re-mention exactly how you want the response to be. The important things. Mention things that don't really fit well in any of the previous steps. Let's say, for example, you want the response to include emojis. Okay, let's say you're writing a LinkedIn post and you want there to be some emojis so it's more engaging. Or you want to write out a WhatsApp message for an event. You want there to be emojis. Boom. Mention it in notes. Guess what? Instructions at the end or the beginning. So the beginning or the end, weirdly, AI picks up and values the things at the beginning and the end the most. The things in the middle, they kind of get forgotten in most cases. The thing at the beginning and the thing at the end, that's why it's very important. The role that you mentioned at the beginning is give it a role that will just make it a beast, that will make it bring out results that are just perfect, amazing results. The things at the end, the things at the beginning, make sure the notes. So in this case, I haven't given an example or the examples. I haven't given an example because it can vary a lot. But for notes, I would include like, remember, I want the email marketing to nurture them, like the problem. Give it, and just reiterate the important things. What I wish I should have done is just compiled all of them together and just brought the separate parts together. But I haven't done, so you guys could do that yourselves if you'd like. I hope that made sense. Yani, re-mention the important things, the things that are really important. Okay, maybe it's the structure. How do you want the response to be structured? Or maybe it's things you want to be included in the response. Like, make sure you include this specific point. Okay, those are 2 examples. Ikhwa, notes, examples, context, task, the role. Those 5 things, just 5 things, improves accuracy by up to 300%. 300%. That's 3 times more accurate. So imagine the results that you're getting. Imagine how that would impact your business. Imagine how that would impact your education. Imagine you're using AI for education. Imagine how crazy that would impact your education. Your business. Imagine how much quicker your business would grow if you're getting proper results from AI. Subhanallah. And if you knew this stuff, if you know this stuff, this is probably the most valuable skill to learn for the next 5 years. Maybe in 5 years' time, things would change, new technologies, changes to this structure and everything. But for the next 5 years, I don't see why there would be any skill to learn more valuable than this. We've gone over types of prompts, how to write the perfect prompt. That's what I've just finished, up to 300% increase in accuracy. Now, 5 bonus tips when using AI. Boom. Number 1, bear in mind, the longer the prompt, the more it costs. Have you ever wondered, like, how does ChatGPT make money? Okay, if you're using AI for a business and you've got a plan, the more, like a pro plan, for example, or you're using it through the APIs, the longer the prompt is, the more tokens it's going to use, hence the more it's going to cost. Lucky for you, all of these things that I've mentioned, if you pop them into a cheaper model, so cheaper models are like OpenAI 4.0 mini, that is a cheaper model. It's not as advanced as maybe ChatGPT 4.0, for example, which is crazy. Claude 3.9, I think it's called Haiku. Haiku is like the cheapest one. But these cheaper models, you get way more accurate results. Guess what? Number 2, give it a lot of encouragement. Okay, think of teaching someone new to something. If you're teaching someone that's new to something, or teaching something new to someone, you have to give them encouragement so that they could learn. If you've got a kid and you want him to be a hafiz, or you want him to be a alim, or you want him to be talib ilm, and you want him to seek knowledge and all this, guess what? You have to encourage him. You have to encourage him and encourage him and encourage him and support him. Of course, when he's wrong, you tell him, but guess what? You want to encourage him. Same with your family, same with your peers. Say if you've got employees under you that work for you, you want to encourage them. Number 3, this is crazy. When I heard this, I was so surprised. Tell it to take a deep breath and think step by step. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I mentioned AI has been trained on trillions and trillions of pieces of data that have been written by humans. So it's only natural that when you tell it, take a deep breath and think step by step, take a deep breath, it's not going to take a deep breath. AI has no clue what that means. I don't want to get into the technicality, but it really doesn't know what that means. When you say deep breath and think step by step, guess what? It's really going to think through its response. Okay, number 4, tell it it's a known person. Isaac Newton. You got questions on physics? Guess who you're asking? Isaac Newton. If you got questions on a specific niche or a specific industry, a specific technical subject, a very technical subject, go on Google, open a new tab, search up most knowledgeable people in X, most knowledgeable people in AI, most knowledgeable people in astrophysics, most knowledgeable people in XYZ. What I've seen some people do is ask the questions, tell it it's Ibn al-Qayyim, for example, or you are Ibn Taymiyyah, or you are an expert in the works of Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah, and then you give a question. Of course, I don't recommend you doing this, but this is things, because AI at the end of the day, it's just predictive. It just predicts what the expected response is. So I don't advise you to do that. But what's my point? My point is, these examples of how it'd be a bit more relatable. I would advise you to do it for the deen. I advise you to do it for things that are not related to doing deen stuff, like education, business. You got a question about sales, for example. Search up the best salesman who ever stepped on earth. Let's say you get one name. Let's say he's called Fulan ibn Fulan. You are Fulan ibn Fulan. You're known to be an expert in sales. Okay? Imagine the response it's going to give you. You're known to be an expert in sales. Tell me XYZ. Generate XYZ. Okay? Number 5, and this is the last point. Tell it what you want, not what you don't want. Don't tell it, I don't want this. Don't give me this. Don't give me this. No. Just tell it what you want and just leave it at that. With that said, ikhwa, I appreciate you for watching till the end of this video. This is my first video on my channel. And if this was valuable, give it a like, subscribe for more content similar to this. And please, barakallahu feekum, please, if this was valuable, just let me know in the comments down below. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. If you didn't like something, just let me know down in the comments below, inshallah. And I'm always trying to improve. I understand that this is a long game, it's a long journey of teaching on YouTube and things like that, and providing value on YouTube. So with that said, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.